Do you ever feel like your appetite has a mind of its own? Like you tell yourself, no more chips, but about 5 minutes afterwards, you find yourself in the pantry conducting an encore performance. Well, I'm here to tell you today that it's not an issue of willpower. It's probably that your hunger hormones are playing their instruments a little too loudly and perhaps even out of tune. Hey, I'm Dr. Delali Heavy, and I'm double board certified in internal medicine and obesity medicine. And I've spent the past 25 plus years helping people to lose weight and keep it off. Now, here's the part that matters. I have been on this journey myself, and therefore I do not coach from a pedestal, I coach from experience. I have followed thousands of patients over years and years across every eating style that's imaginable. And what that has taught me is simple but powerful. There is no one best diet that's out there. There is the right plan for the right person built around the real reasons why that person's body is gaining the weight and refusing to let it go. So I combine the best of conventional medicine with holistic root cause strategy. And I'm also a certified health and wellness coach. So we keep it practical, human, and sustainable. So if you want clear, honest health advice and tools and strategies that you can start to implement today, you're in the right place. Subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the content. And if there's anybody out there who you care about, share this with them. It might be the very video that will change their life. Now back to the video. Today, we're opening the curtain on your body's orchestra. The gut hormones that decide when you're hungry, when you're full, and how your body uses energy. You'll meet the stars of the show, learn how the harmony can fall apart, and discover how to tune it back into balance. Now picture your body as a concert hall. And I like to use this analogy to get the point across, okay? Every section, the strings, the brass, the percussion, represents a system in your body. So it could be digestion, energy, mood, metabolism. Now when the orchestra is in sync, you feel vibrant, balanced, and satisfied. But sometimes the flutes are off key, the trumpets won't stop blaring, and the conductor looks like he's one espresso away from quitting. Now that's what happens when your gut hormones go rogue. Modern life is a noisy rehearsal. There's stress, there's excess sugar, lack of sleep, junk food, and they all drown out the subtle cues that once kept humans perfectly in tune with their hunger. The result? Well, you are not imagining those random cravings at midnight. That is biochemical jazz gone wrong. Now let's talk about a patient case. We'll call her Jenna. Once again, that's not her real name, and once again, I've seen hundreds of patients just like her. She's 24, smart, ambitious, but prone to anxiety, and exhausted in a way that doesn't make sense for someone her age. She works a cubicle job where the brightest thing she sees all day is a dual monitor setup. She gets to the office early, sits for hours, and the only outdoor time is walking from the parking lot to the building, and in the shade if she can help it. She is constantly hungry, and by lunchtime she's already running on fumes. So she does what most people do. She grabs something fast. A bag of chips, maybe a sugary coffee, a pastry that was, well, just this once. And then by 3 p.m., she's back at the vending machine like it's an old friend. After work, she's not exactly cooking salmon and roasting vegetables. She's starving, she's drained, and she needs some comfort. So it's either drive-through, delivery, a snack dinner, and then she collapses on the couch. But here's the kicker. She's not even relaxing. She's scrolling TikTok until 1 a.m., telling herself, oh, just one more video. And she's using a lot of cosmetic and personal care products as well. Not because she's vain, but because she's trying to feel put together when her body feels so off. And now she comes to see me and says, Doc, I'm hungry all the time. And it's not normal hunger. It's like my brain is hunting for something. I can eat a full meal, and 45 minutes later, I want snacks again. When you zoom out, the pattern is obvious. Minimal daylight, late night screens, short sleep, ultra-processed food, constant stress, toxins in her makeup. Now that combination doesn't just make you crave junk, it turns your hunger hormones into a loud, chaotic band. The first one, and arguably the most important, is leptin. Leptin is the stop eating musician. It's produced by fat cells. Yeah, those very cells that everyone tries to get rid of are actually chatty little violinists sending constant updates to your brain. When you've eaten enough, leptin should play the we're satisfied, we're good melody to your hypothalamus. Now, the hypothalamus is the part of your brain that acts as the conductor. And the hypothalamus then lowers your appetite baton. But sometimes the conductor gets tone deaf, a problem called leptin resistance. The orchestra could be playing at full volume, but the conductor does not hear it. So you keep feeling hungry even though your energy stores are completely full. Now, the hypothalamus, aka the conductor, and leptin play many different roles, and they actually deserve a video that's dedicated to just them, and we are going to make that happen in the future. Now next, let's talk about ghrelin. Ghrelin can be compared to the hungry tuba. Now ghrelin comes from your stomach, and it's the one blasting the feed me solo every few hours. It spikes before meals and quiets down after you've eaten. But sleep deprivation and stress can crank up its volume up to 11. Next, let's talk about the supporting cast, because these two hormones don't work in isolation. So behind leptin and ghrelin, we've got backup singers. That's things like GLP-1, peptide YY, CCK, amylin, oxyntomodulin. Each of these sends signals of fullness or hunger based on the content of your food or other factors like stress and lifestyle. GLP-1 in particular has gotten very famous. Think about Ozempic, Wegovy, Mounjaro, and think of them as the sheet music versions of this hormone, helping people feel full for longer. So, how do we get this orchestra back in tune? There are a few things that you can do. Number one, feed it whole notes, and I'm speaking literally. So minimally processed foods help leptin and GLP-1 send clear signals. Junk food, on the other hand, is like throwing heavy metal into a classical concert. That is total chaos. Number two, respect intermission. Your body needs pauses between meals. Constant snacking keeps insulin elevated, and that gets leptin and ghrelin confused. Try finishing dinner several hours before bed and let an overnight fast reset the rhythm. Number three, keep the conductor rested. Sleep deprivation raises ghrelin and reduces the conductor's ability to respond to leptin. A tired conductor makes lousy decisions. Number four, reduce the background noise. Stress hormones like cortisol drown out leptin's melody. Even 5 minutes of deep breathing or a short walk can lower the volume. Number five, protect the instruments. So environmental toxins like plastics, pesticides, and household chemicals can warp the hormone receptors. Think of them as gum stuck in the trumpet valves. And so small swaps like using glass containers or drinking filtered water can make a real difference. And finally, let's end on a few quick wins you can actually feel by tomorrow. So number one, eat real food. So cut out the junk, make protein the priority, and incorporate healthy fat into your diet. Now, most of you know that I am a big proponent of eating good fats because fat is an essential requirement for virtually every aspect of our human physiology. And it's truly a tragedy that fat has been misunderstood and condemned for so long. So doing these things will help ghrelin stay quieter throughout the day. Number two, Take a 10-minute sunlight break. Daylight anchors your circadian rhythm, improves sleep, reduces stress, and steadies the leptin signal. Number 3, stop late night snacking. Eating when the conductor is supposed to be sleeping throws off circadian timing, and when the violins start warming up at midnight, no one gets any rest. Number 4, try to avoid bright light and bright screens for at least 2 hours before bedtime, and consider investing in some blue light blocking glasses if possible. And number 5, go to bed on time. This is probably the simplest fix that gives the biggest payoff. And so 2 months later, Jenna walked back in and I almost didn't recognize her energy. The first thing she said was, "So this is weird. The pantry has stopped calling my name." And the pull of the vending machine faded. For the first time in years, she could go a few hours without thinking about food. And then the big win. She started waking up feeling, well, normal. Her clothes fit differently, her face looked less puffy, and the scale finally started moving without her feeling like she was in a daily fight. And now let's do a mini recap. So leptin tells your body, we're full, we're good, we don't need any more food. Ghrelin says we're starving, and the hypothalamus conducts the show. And you can keep the hypothalamus on beat with sleep, real food, and proper rhythm. Now, if this video helped you make sense of why willpower alone doesn't cut it, hit subscribe, share it with someone you care about, and let's keep learning how to work with our biology instead of against it. Because your body isn't broken. It's just waiting for all the notes from all the instruments to blend together in blissful harmony. Thank you very much, and remember that context is key. This video is for educational purposes only. Always check with your healthcare provider before changing your diet or medications. Wishing you all the best in your journey to health.